Chapter 130. Welcome to Muang High School. Chen Ge placed Xiao on the table. This naughty ragdoll who always tried to sneak out was surprisingly well behaved. Chen Ge could sense fear from her. Xiao had not shown that emotion when facing the mirror monster. Is the cat too special, or Xiao too weak? Curled up on the chair, the white car looked at the 4 kittens in the basket. It did not seem to be concerned about anything else. Since I've decided to adopt it, I should give it a name. I can't call it White Cat forever. This was the first time in his life that Chen Ge had adopted a pet. He sat down on the floor and studied the white cat. We met at night in the middle of a rain. So how about I call you Night Rain? The cat did not move, but Chen Ge could sense its displeasure. Well, if you don't like such a pretentious name, how about Fortune? You know, for good luck. The white cat turned its head away like it did not want to have Chen Ge in its view. Still don't like it? You're completely white, so how about snow? Milky? Rice? Perhaps because Chen Ge was physically to close, giving off a threatening aura to the cat. It gnashed its teeth. Its whiskers flickered and the wound on its face started to bleed again. Christ, you sure are wild. Other people's cats were all cute and cuddly, but this one was as wild as a tiger. Chen Ge looked at the scary wound on the cat's face, and he moved cautiously backwards. You're not one bit like a cat, more like a tiger. How about I just call you White Tiger? Chen Ge then realized how weird it was to call a cat the name of a different animal. He was about to change it when the white cat on the chair suddenly stood up. With its ears perked up, it jumped down from the chair and clawed at the break room's door madly. What's going on? The cat was acting strangely. It seemed desperate to leave. Chen Ge noticed this and quickly opened the door. It didn't even act like this when we were in Muang High School. It must have sensed something. After the cat exited the room, it headed right for the first-floor bathroom, its claw leaving a deep scar on the wooden door. First-floor bathroom? Chen Ge's heart skipped a beat. He glanced at the time. It was midnight. The mirror. He rushed in behind the cat and pulled the black cloth off. Inside the mirror, the red door had appeared punctually, but this time, there was some notable difference. Blood-red liquid seeped out from the sides, and the door in the mirror shook every few seconds like someone was pushing it from the other side. Chen Ge did not dare act too rashly. He turned back to look at the door in the real world. The door in the real world and the mirror shook at the same time. At midnight every night, this normal-looking door seemed to become the link between the two worlds. There's someone behind the door. Chen Ge grabbed the nearby mop nervously as his eyes focused on the dancing lock. He was relieved that he had remembered to lock the door last time, or else the thing would have entered the haunted house already. The force of the shaking grew. The only thing Chen Ge could do then was wait for 1 minute to be over. He did not want to provoke the monster behind the door, and he had no interest in knowing what it was. He just wanted to manage his haunted house in peace. The door lock wiggled violently. It felt like it would not hold on for long. Chen Ge gripped the mop tightly, preparing for war. The white cat lowered its head and arched its back, ready to pounce. Nothing scary happened. 1 minute later, the bloody door in the mirror disappeared, and the door in real life returned to normal. Everything's fine now. Both Chen Ge and the white cat sighed in relief. Interestingly enough, the white cat seemed to glare unsatisfactorily at Chen Ge as if it was saying, I've been here less than an hour, and you have given me 2 scares already. Is this any place for a cat to live? You dare to glare at me? Chen Ge was about to hug the cat when it jumped out from his arms and rushed back to the staff break room. Didn't even allow me to touch. Such a cold-hearted cat. Chen Ge stood in the bathroom alone. He found the key and opened the cubicle door to peer in. The door on the other side showed signs of being rammed into, and the lock had become loose. Looks like I'll need to find a sturdier door. Chen Ge considered breaking the door directly, but he was afraid that even after he broke down everything, the door would still remain. When the door appeared for the first time, there was nothing wrong. When it appeared for the second time, there were weird noises coming from behind the door, like a body being dragged. This is the 3rd time, and someone was trying to burst through the door. Chen Ge placed the black cloth over the mirror. He looked at the covered mirror and commented internally. My parents once said that the door of the third sick hall has been opened again. Could the door they mentioned be similar to the door in this bathroom? Has the third sick hall become a lair for these monsters? No one could answer Chen Ge's question, and he could only rely on himself. Chen Ge went to the props room to grab some wooden boards to increase the door's stability. When he was done, it was already 1 a.m. I need to go to sleep because I need to go get the mannequins early tomorrow morning. He grabbed a quilt to place beside the white cat while he climbed into bed to sleep. Chen Ge was woken up by the alarm at 7 a.m. The white cat woke up alongside him. The white cat was on high alert. The smallest commotion would cause it to tense up. It's time to work. Chen Ge called Uncle Shu to borrow the park's lorry to haul the mannequin's body from the workshop. The white cat guarded the basket. Chen Ge could not get near the 4 dead kittens, so he left them be for now. After 2 trips, Chen Ge finally brought all the mannequin bodies back to the haunted house. The corridor was filled with headless bodies. Uncle Shu only took a glance at it before escaping with a random excuse. Are they that scary? Chen Ge pulled open the wooden boards. He marked the heads and the bodies before screwing them together. Then he moved them into Muang High School scenario. After placing them in the sealed classroom, Chen Ge put the clothes on the mannequins one by one. When he put the clothes on the last mannequin, he felt the black phone vibrate. Completed 2-star scenario. Muang High School's hidden missions. Finished building the bodies for the 24 spirits in the sealed classroom. Congratulations for obtaining the mission rewards, the returners' goodwill. You can now give them simple instructions through the phone. Warning. Once the lingering spirit leaves the scenario, they will go berserk. Please be careful. All the hidden missions in Muang High School had been completed. The 2-star scenario could be officially opened. Should I call He-san to give him a free go? The child might say he doesn't like it, but I think that he's enjoyed himself every time. Chapter 131. I know what I'm doing. The dolls created using the doll maker's talent looked incredibly creepy. With 24 dolls inside the sealed classroom, either standing or sitting, even Chen Ge did not have the heart to stay for too long. I must not release Muang High School's scenario to the public easily. If these 24 lingering spirits go mad, they will probably scare someone to death. Chen Ge had created all the mannequins himself, so he could acutely feel the change that happened to these mannequins after the school uniforms were put on them. It felt as if all the mannequins had acquired a soul, like the things that stood before him were not props, but actual people. Due to limitation in budget and workers, rarely would a haunted house place more than 10 actors in the same scenario. The lack of help was also something that Chen Ge had been worried about, but now this problem had been easily solved. A small scenario alone had 24 professional actors. Now that was a high-end haunted house. Gosh, even I am getting excited about this. This 2-star Muang High School scenario might be able to help me make the haunted house a household name. After finishing the arrangement of the sealed classroom, Chen Ge placed the student name tags that littered the lectern inside the paper box. There is no exit inside Muang High School, and there is only one entrance. The original plan of finding the escape is no longer usable. I will need to come up with a new rule for the game. Chen Ge narrowed his eyes before coming up with the solution. He could go around Muang High School scenario to hide the 24 name tags in various corners. To clear the game, the visitors will have to find all 24 name tags in under 20 minutes. The winners will get a full refund of their tickets on top of a cash price. This way, it will provide incentive for visitors to enter the haunted house and will also increase the fun factor and interactivity. Chen Ge's haunted house was rapidly expanding. He had been trying to figure out ways to make his haunted house more inviting and interesting. This treasure hunt for the name tags was, for Chen Ge, worthy of a trial run. I will need to include more interesting elements in the future. The aim is not to create a scary haunted house, but a whole park themed around scares and horror. When Chen Ge was hiding the name tags, he realized that Muang High School's scenario had grown bigger. There was a new junction at the end of the corridor. There were an additional 3 adjacent old-looking rooms. There were room numbers hanging on the doors: 302, 303, 304. The Room of 3. 1-star trial mission had unlocked 3 new rooms beside Muang High School. They merged perfectly together, but the corridors did appear to be much narrower. All the scary scenarios will expand close to each other. Eventually, the whole underground parking lot will be filled with my scenarios. The routes will overlap with each other, thus making an actual maze of terror. Chen Ge retraced his steps and returned to the haunted house's first floor. He fixed his dusty outfit, exited the haunted house, and opened the gate. The sun shone warmly on his skin. It was a good day to go out to play and enjoy the weather. Shu Wan arrived at the haunted house at around 9 a.m. Chen Ge had her go and prepare her makeup before sending her into the Minghun scenario. As the number of visitors increased, Chen Ge's haunted house became the only attraction at New Century Park that required the visitors to line up. To smoothen the process, Chen Ge gave Uncle Shu a call, asking him to assign a free worker to come help him sell tickets. Who would have thought that, after a while, it was Uncle Shu himself who came? There are not many free workers to go around, and since I am free, I came to help. Do you need me to go inside this ticket counter to sell ticket? No need, just do it whichever way is most comfortable to you. After leaving the ticket sales to Uncle Shu, Chen Ge returned to the staff break room. He pulled out a wooden board and used fake blood to write down the introduction and game rules for Muang High School on it. When he exited the haunted house with the wooden board, there was a contained commotion among the crowd. A new scary scenario to experience. This introduction sure is creepy. A school horror story. This, I like. The crowd's attention was attracted immediately. Since the ticket price was the same, the few who stood at the front of the line all requested to experience the new scenario. Everyone, please listen to me. Chen Ge placed the wooden board upwards by the door. This new scenario is very scary. Inside we have professional actors and the nation's top equipment as well as props. When I offered this scenario for a trial run, a set of workers from a horror studio accepted the challenge. They attempted to plagiarize my content by videotaping it, but they accidentally captured something incredibly scary. In fact, the two that went in to experience the scenario are still in hospital. Uncle Shu, who stood to the side, did not know what to say, seeing Chen Ge list this dark history so proudly. He could not understand what there was to be proud about scaring people to their death. Tell us what they have captured on film. You think we are that gullible to believe people might get sent to the hospital from a visit to the haunted house? Boss, don't waste your breath. We are playing this scenario. If I do not enter this scenario today, I am not a man. After the visitors settled down, Chen Ge continued. The reason I brought this up is because I wish to tell all of you that this scenario is not open to everyone. Only those who have completed the earlier scenarios can enter this one. Chen Ge's meaning was clear. To enter Muang High School, they either had to finish Minghun or Murder by Midnight scenario first. Delineating the scenarios according to their scream factors was something he had decided from the very beginning. This is daylight robbery. The moment Chen Ge announced the new policy, there was instantly the sound of protest. Entering every one of your scenarios requires us to purchase a new ticket. If this is not forced expenditure, I do not know what is. Has the success gotten to your head? I came because of the good online review, but what you are doing is incredibly immoral. So many rules to visit a haunted house, I will just give up. Now are you happy? Chen Ge had expected this type of reaction from the crowd. When the visitors had their say, Chen Ge slapped the wooden board and said, Trust me, I do not intend to cheat you out of your money. The ticket price of only 20 is the best proof. To prove my sincerity, how about we have a bet? He took out the reward money that he had not used yet and placed it beside the wooden board. This here is 20,000 in cash. I have hidden 24 student name tags inside the Muang High School scenario. If any of you can find all 24 name tags in under 20 minutes, this 20,000 is yours. Ticket price is only 20, but reward is 20,000. That's almost a 100,000% increase. How do we know how many name tags you have actually hidden inside the scenario? What if you have only hidden 23 name tags? Doesn't that mean no one will win the reward? A visitor pointed out this valid question. Chen Ge was too lazy to argue, so he merely said, If any one of you can walk out of the scenario normally, I will answer your question. The 24 name tags were hidden in extremely secluded places, and a few were hidden in places that people would least expect. Such conceit. Why is that? Even though I know this is a cheap trick, I still have the urge to give it a try. Let me! The atmosphere was thus brought up to a boiling point. Chen Ge asked Uncle Shu to look after the money for him. Today marks the first day a new scenario and a new rule are officially put into use. Due to a lack of promotion, many people still do not know this yet, so just for today, the new scenario is open for all. There is no need for you to go through the previous scenarios first. I have already stated the reward that awaits the winner. Only one person can enter at a time, and everyone can only experience it once. The placement of the name tags will be changed each day. All right, who wishes to come forward to take this 20,000? Earlier, everyone had been incredibly noisy, but when Chen Ge officially extended the invitation to the crowd, they looked at each other, but none dared step forward. Chen Ge scanned the crowd and realized that there was a group of 6 at the end of the line, huddled together like they were discussing something. After a while, 5 of them came toward him. Boss, we do not want to challenge the game. We just want to visit the scenario. Can the 5 of us enter at the same time? The leading young man asked Chen Ge. The 6 of them had obviously come together. 5 of them were going to scout the new scenario, and after obtaining all the necessary information, the 6th would come forward to accept the challenge and find all the name tags with the information provided by the 5. Chen Ge knew what they were up to. The 6 of them were trying to cheat the system, but he did not seem to mind it. Sure. All 5 of you can enter together, but I have to remind you, please do not use your phone to take pictures or videos inside the haunted house, because they might scare our friends from the other side. 5 of us, so here is 100, the young man said with a smile. He did not pay Chen Ge's advice any attention. After accepting the money, Chen Ge flashed the 5 visitors a professional smile before saying, "Thank you. Now please come with me." Chen Ge's smile was quite comforting. The 5 visitors did not think too much of it, but next to them, Uncle Shu shivered involuntarily, and after some contemplation, decided to walk over to stop Chen Ge. He whispered into Chen Ge's ear, "These are normal visitors. They have no history with us. You have to be careful. Please try to make sure everything is safe and sound." "Uncle Shu, do not worry. I know what I am doing." Chen Ge pushed Uncle Shu gently aside. However, the park manager was made anxious by this promise that he made. "Who are you trying to kid? That was what you said the last time, and those 2 poor children are still lying at the hospital. That one by the name of Fei Yuliang can be heard screaming every midnight. He does not stop asking who his wife will be, and almost everyone at the hospital knows about him.